Hello and welcome to Popcorn with me, Serafina. With award season fast approaching and the excitement brewing, today's episode of Popcorn is a glamorous award special. We will be seeing whether Adam's Golden Globe prediction matched the actual outcome, and the Popcorn team will be having a look at what films you should be watching in 2015. Plus, the brilliant Abigail Owen and Zach Mitchell will be performing for us. As this edition of Popcorn is all about the awards, what better way to start than checking out who has been nominated for the top award of them all, the Oscars. Last night, all the nominees in all 24 categories were announced for the 2015 Oscars. Here at Popcorn, we're going to have a first look at who was lucky enough to get nominated. British heartthrob Benedict Cumberbatch, The Imitation Game, and Eddie Redmayne, The Theory of Everything, battled out for the Best Actor category. It is a strong year for British actors, making up 2 of the 5 spots. Clint Eastwood's American Sniper was a surprise nomination for Best Picture, while Jennifer Aniston in Cake and David Oyelowo's Selma both being snubbed. Birdman and The Grand Budapest Hotel lead the nomination with 9 nods each. It is going to be very close this year, with some amazing films in the category. Boyhood won big at the Golden Globe. Could this be a sign of what to expect? We'll have to wait and see. The Oscars take place on the 22nd of February, so make sure you tune in for that. And I assure you, it is going to be an amazing night celebrating film. Award season is now in full swing. We now know who has been nominated for an Oscar. But on the 11th of January, the Golden Globes took place in Beverly Hills, and we found out who won big. But before the big event, we asked Adam to predict who he thought was going to win. Let's see how he got on.
The Golden Globes take place this Sunday on the 11th of January. Now you join me 4 days before the big ceremony as I predict who's going to win big this year at the Globes. Okay, so coming up first, we've got the nominations for Best Drama. 2014 has been a crazy year for films. There's been films like The Imitation Games, that really took everyone by storm. However, my pick of choice is going to be the true story, The Theory of Everything. It's based off Stephen Hawking's life. I personally love a true story. I think if any man deserves to have a nominated film based on his life, it's Stephen Hawking. It's truly spectacular to get an insight into what his life was actually like in the early stages, and yeah, I honestly think it should win Great Film. Up next is Best Director. It's been a fantastic year for direction in films. You've got Wes Anderson for The Grand Budapest Hotel, David Fincher for Gone Girl, but my choice is the very, very talented independent director for his direction on Boyhood, Richard Linklater. It's a fantastic film. It's so different, which is really why I've picked him. I love seeing an artist go in a different way that no one's really gone before. I think that's the real reason he deserves it. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, and probably unlike anything I'm ever going to see again. Okay, so coming up next, we've got the awards for Best Actress. There's been some truly spectacular performances this year. There's been Jennifer Aniston for a performance in Cake, Reese Witherspoon for a performance in Wild, but I am going to go for the spectacular and wonderful Rosamund Pike for a performance in Gone Girl. She was amazing. In a really star-studded cast with Ben Affleck, Neil Patrick Harris, she stood out. She really stood out from the crowd. She took her character and absolutely took that film by storm, and it was really, really nice to watch. Last but certainly not least, we've got the award for Best Actor. Some truly talented actors nominated this year. We've got Steve Carell taking up his first real serious role in Foxcatcher, and you got Benedict Cumberbatch for The Imitation Game. However, I am going to go for Jake Gyllenhaal for his performance in The Nightcrawler. The character arc in this film is truly something spectacular. The way he goes basically nuts to try and get a story, try and get anything for a bit of money to live the American dream is truly something spectacular to watch. And I really hope Jake Gyllenhaal wins. He really, really deserves it. So those are my predictions for the Golden Globes this year. It's been a truly spectacular year for films, and hopefully my predictions come true and I won't make a fool of myself in the studio.
We're now joined in the studio with Adam. Hi Adam.
Hi, you're right.
So we saw who you predicted to win on the big day, and now we know the results. And I can tell you that you managed to get 1 out of 4 correct. So
yeah.
What happened?
I don't know, maybe I'm not as good with films as I thought I was.
Yeah.
You know, on all seriousness, at risk of using that word again, I just think 2014 was a spectacular year for films. I think all the actors, the actresses and the directors alike, they just put in such great performances and they put out such great films, and it was always going to be tough to pick a winner.
And I do agree with you with that. Well, you managed to predict Richard Linklater to win Best Director for Boyhood. Regarding the rest of the categories, do you think the right people won on the day?
I'll start off by saying I'm very happy that I got Linklater right. I think he did a fantastic job directing Boyhood. He really did deserve the Globe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everyone else didn't deserve the prizes. You know, I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was going to win Best Actor. It went to Eddie Redmayne, but he did a fantastic job as well. His performance and his portrayal of Stephen Hawking was bar none. It was fantastic, and the film itself was another fantastic piece of art. But, you know, as I said, I'm not going to say they didn't deserve it. I thought otherwise, and it was always going to be a tough decision.
So did you find that there were many surprise winners on the day?
Yeah, there were two quite big surprises actually. I think Birdman not winning Best Comedy, the Grand Budapest Hotel beat it out for that. I thought Birdman was a shoo-in. So I think that probably definitely shocks me. It shocked everyone else in the room, I think.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise of the night, I would say, would be Lego Movie not winning the Best Animated Feature. You know, it is one of the best animated films that's been put out in a while, and I cannot believe that it didn't win.
Yeah, and well, even though you didn't do too well, there's always going to be another year. The awards season celebrates and marks the end of the year for film in 2014. Nevertheless, 2015 already looks like a huge year for cinematic releases. The Popcorn team will tell you what the 5 films you have to watch in 2015. 2014 was a fantastic year for films, but 2015 seemed to be a year to be stacked full of Hollywood big blockbusters and some of the most anticipated sequels in decades. Now I'm at the backstage of the show and going to look what the Popcorn production team think of the 5 films that you're going to watch in 2015.
The film that I'm looking forward to seeing the most in 2015 is Inside Out. Pixar is back in 2015, having not produced a film in 2014. And I can't wait to see more films like Monsters, Inc. and Up. I'm sure it's going to be a perfect movie for a family weekend. And I just can't wait to see it with my family and friends as well.
Prepare the foot. Keys to safety position. Ready to launch on your command, sir.
Just shut up!
Fire!
That's it. Go to your room.
The foot is down. The foot is down.
Good job, gentlemen. That could have been a disaster.
I'm a big superhero fan, so I'm really looking forward to seeing Avengers Age of Ultron this summer. It's directed by Josh Whedon again. He's done the screenplay. He did really well on the previous one, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
I would say the most anticipated film for 2015 has to be Jurassic World. It's been 14 years since last Jurassic Park, so I can't wait to see how the park has changed. In this film, they create a whole new dinosaur to attract visitors, but of course, things don't go to plan. With a cast of Chris Pratt, I can't wait to go see it. I imagine it's going to be a smash hit, and here's a bit of the trailer to see why I picked this as number 3.
For me, in second place has to be James Bond Spectre. Daniel Craig is back as 007 for the 4th time, and this time he's up against the terrorist organisation Spectre. The film has an amazing cast with Christoph Waltz playing the villain and Lea Seydoux as the Bond girl. Sam Mendes is also back as director, so this film is going to be amazing, and it's got to be one of the highest grossing films of this year. I cannot wait for it.
For me, it has to be Star Wars Force Awakens. It's got the return of the original cast, Harrison Ford playing as Han Solo. The trailer looks brilliant, and I just can't wait to see it.
The dark side. And the light.
So that was Popcorn's top 5 films of 2015.
I imagine there's going to be loads of great films during 2015, so make sure you go to the cinema.
Now back to the studio.
I'm still in the studio talking to Adam. So Adam, do you agree with the Popcorn production team's ideas?
Yeah, no, I think you've picked out some really great films. I think the one that stands out most for me is probably Avengers 2, Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I love anything Marvel. I just think it's going to be a great film. They put out such great films recently, the original Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy last year. I just can't wait to see what direction they go with this one.
Yeah, and I do agree. Any other films you're looking forward to seeing in this year?
I think out the ones you haven't mentioned, I'd probably have to say Ant-Man. I know it's another Marvel masterpiece, and I'm being very biased towards Marvel, but I just can't wait for it. I think it's going to be more of a light-hearted Marvel film. I'm looking forward to it. I think Paul Rudd is going to be absolutely perfect for that character. You know, he can do comedy, he can do a bit of action. I think his association with Marvel probably propelled him to even higher places.
Yeah, and I remember we were watching this from the last episode. It was amazing, the trailer.
Yeah, the film looks really, really good. I can't wait to see where they go with it.
And thanks, Adam. And I hope 2015 is going to be an amazing year for films. And it's now time for a quick update with this weekend's weather. And what is in store for us, Jacob?
Well, thanks, Serafina. And on the special edition of Popcorn, we're joining us here on location in not so sunny Bournemouth today. I'm afraid it's going to be a very wet and cold weekend with showers throughout, including maybe a bit of snow, possibly some sleet and a few storms. In the movie capital of the world, again, Beverly Hills, it was a toasty 24 degrees this weekend for the Golden Globes compared to Bournemouth's 6 or 7, so not quite as luxurious. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jacob. It looks like it is going to be a cold one this weekend, so be best to stay inside and put on a DVD. It's now time for some live music. This week we have the amazing Abigail and Zach with their cover, Ho Hey, by the Lumineers. Take it away.
Ho! Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho!
I've been trying to do it right.
Hey!
I've been living a lonely life.
Ho!
I've been sleeping here instead.
Hey!
I've been sleeping in my bed.
Ho!
Sleeping in my bed.
Ho!
So show me family.
Hey!
All the blood that I will bleed.
Ho!
I don't know where I belong.
Hey!
I don't know where I went wrong, but I could write a song. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart.
Ho! Hey!
I don't think you're right for him.
Ho!
Think what it might have been if you
Hey!
took a bus to Chinatown.
Ho!
I've been standing on Canal and Valerie. She was standing next to me. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. In love, we need it now. Let's hope for some. And oh, we're bleeding now. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart.
Oh my god, that was so good. Can I have a signature after this? Can you sing like that, Adam?
I've got that. I can't even protect the Golden Globe, so...
Oh, we wish you were not performing for us. Well, that was the brilliant Abigail and Zach with Ho Hey. Thank you so much, guys. That was so good. Thank you. And that's all we have time for on our award special of Popcorn. Big thanks to Abby, Zach, and Adam for being on the show. Be sure to tune in to the Oscar on the 22nd of February. Thanks for watching. Bye. Remember the signature.